Hello, Mrs. Gallagher here, and I'm just about to embark on a new coronavirus artwork, and I thought I would film the progress so that you can see how it was made. And who knows how it's going to turn out, but my idea is to use the COVID test kits which the government's been giving everyone, and we're all testing twice a week. And I've been storing up all of these little tests and the equipment in the box, thinking, how can I incorporate this into an artwork? And then this phase of testing becomes part of the artwork and it becomes part of history itself. And this is just at a time in the UK when we're hopefully all testing and half vaccinated and about to not stay at home. So it's the end of a hopefully fairly historic period. So I've got all of this test material. I'm also going to try and include a mask in my artwork, and I've got a big yellow canvas prepared there because I want to base it on this bright yellow stay at home sign from the UK government. And I found a sponge ball and I've cut it in half because I thought this was a really great shape to imitate a coronavirus cell. So I've already prepared a sort of blue and white mottly coronavirus cell, and I'm hoping to stick some of these swabs which went in your nose and mouth to test for the virus. I'm hoping to stick some of those into it and dip them in red to make a sort of 3D coronavirus cell on the artwork as well. So let's see how it goes, and you can follow me on my journey. So here you can see I've had a fiddle with the coronavirus test kit materials, and I have spelled out stay home, and that's feeling about right. I've tried to include a few of these little test fluid things on some of the horizontal parts. I'm not sure if I'll keep them in all those places, but it feels about right. And the Y was a bit short, so I'm going to include possibly a silicone sachet which was included in the box to keep them dry. That will be the coronavirus ball. And then I thought if I bend the mask, I can perhaps create an M over the top of it somehow. And I feel that all of this needs to be on top of the black lettering which was in the coronavirus sign, and I might even cut out some of this lovely blue that was on the box and perhaps put it underneath some of the shapes here and there, which would be lovely and bright and just is more coronavirus test connected then. So let's see how it goes. Mustn't forget to paint my red border stripes first, because it will be too hard to do once I've got lots of test kit stuck on the canvas. I've just spent 2 hours sticking masking tape on the painting, trying to get the diagonal lines the same, the width of them similar, the top relatively matching the bottom, measuring the gaps with a ruler, and also using a piece of string, as you can see, just to make sure that visually the lines are kind of at the same height on each side. And now finally I'm ready to get my red stripes in the gaps. Well, there's the first layer of red on, but the paint is a bit streaky, so now I need to wait 20 minutes and do it again. While the paint's drying, I've been figuring out how to make the spikes on the coronavirus cell, because in the pictures they all seem a little bit wider at the end. So I tried masking tape, but actually the blue tack was the best option because I can mould the end. So now I'm going to super glue those on, and then eventually they will be dipped in red paint at the end. And now that the sponge ball cell has dried, I'm hoping it's quite firm, and there you go, I can stick it straight in and use a little bit more super glue just to make sure it stays. There's the first 3 spikes in. It's going to stick up off the canvas quite a lot, so it's going to have to be hung at a safe height so they don't get knocked out. I've now spent another hour laying out the test kit, and I've actually changed the message to stay safe, which I thought might be more relevant if it was to go on a wall somewhere to remind people of the dangers of the virus. And for that reason, I'm now going to actually create another coronavirus particle there, and my A's are going to have to be lowercase whilst all the other letters will be uppercase. I've drawn lines all the way around them, and I'm going to paint in black behind them, and I might possibly have some blue over there and blue over there from the box. Let's see what happens. That's the last letter painted in that had masking tape around it, but I couldn't masking tape around the two A's, so I'm going to have to just do that with a really steady hand now. This is really tricky, but I always think the little wobbles make it artistic. I finished taking all the tape off, but as you can see, there's quite a few sort of blobby lines and edges, which I'm not very happy about. I'm not sure how successful the masking tape was, to be honest, but I'm going to get a brush out now, and it will take me many hours to go over all of these edges to make them look sharper, as it is a sign. And then I'm going to cut out, I think, some blue card and see what it looks like for the background of these two letters. 3 hours later, I've tidied up the paintwork, chopped up my self-testing COVID kits to get the blue coloured cardboard off it, and created my S and my E. I've created a second coronavirus sponge ball, but I won't have enough spikes for it until I self-test twice this week. Now I'm having fun gluing on all my little tests and bits and bobs from the test kit. It's quite a 3D artwork, so I'll only know in the morning when I hold the canvas up whether things will actually stay stuck on. Well, they did, and 2 weeks later I've managed to save enough swab sticks to put more spikes on the ball and actually finish it. Well, here's the finished artwork with the recycled lateral flow tests. You've seen it change and develop as you've watched the video, and in fact I'm not going to include a mask as I originally planned because I don't think it helps. Maybe I can put that in another artwork later on. It took me probably another 4 hours to glue on the blue tack to the ends of all of these spikes here and paint them in red. But now I think that's a good place to stop. So if you fancy doing a recycled artwork with some tests, I've been collecting them too for another one. You need to boil them up in some hot water and soap and make sure that they're really clean and there's no germs on them. Obviously I'm only using negative tests. And then maybe you can come up with some signage or a piece of artwork yourself. So good luck, and I hope you enjoyed watching me create some art. Goodbye, thanks for watching.